Okay, well, we are at that hour where it's time to share.
I'm looking for the next 90 days. This 90 days was so good. Wow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all I see are Teslas, because I saw my dream car. I saw 4 of them yesterday. I said, okay, oh.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, happy Saturday and welcome to day 88 of the Law of Attraction. 88 days of being here intentionally at 8 o'clock every morning.
Or whenever.
That part, or whenever. Such an amazing feat to be able to do that, do it so well. So proud of each and every one of you that have been here intentionally wanting to work to change your life and the trajectory of it, knowing that you have 100% control of how your life turns out. I listened to Abraham Hicks this morning, and she was talking about being in alignment. And when you feel like you're out of alignment, what can you do? She says when she's out of alignment, she meditates and or pray, whatever you want to do. And she says, I focus on something like a dripping faucet, the noise of the air conditioner. And she said, I just meditate. And she said, if you can, for 17 seconds, just 17 seconds, just be in alignment with what you want for 17 seconds. And then another 17 seconds. And then another 17 seconds until you get to 68 seconds. Once you have hit 68 seconds, you can then keep yourself in alignment, in the goal, in the direction of what you want to do. And she said, just keep practicing getting to 68 seconds. 68 seconds without anything negative coming into your mind, with any kind of thought that you don't want coming into your mind. Do it for 17 seconds. Focus for 17 seconds. And you know, when you are focusing, if your eyes are closed and they're looking up, you know, nothing negative can come in your mind anyway. So just 17 seconds, eyes closed, looking up, focusing on some, you know, sound that's going on around you without really thinking, without really thought, just getting out of resistance. 17 seconds will get you out of resistance of whatever it is that you are feeling in the moment. So get out of resistance.
And 68 seconds is barely more than a minute. You know, you only have to give yourself a minute.
A minute, just a minute. And you say, give me a minute. Whatever's going on, give me a minute. Un momento.
No,
give me a minute.
Un momento.
I didn't say crossed. I said eyes closed, looking up.
Who said crossed?
And crossed. Oh, you saying that? That I didn't learn that in when they taught me the class about looking up. I didn't learn nothing about cross. I don't even know how to cross my eyes when they open. How do you cross your eyes when it's open?
Look to the center.
Look at your nose.
Yep, and look at the center.
I don't know.
It's a workout for your eyeballs, that's for sure.
Yes, for sure. So, you know, it's for concentration. I got you. But yeah, it's so important to take a moment to redirect your feelings so that you don't allow yourself to go down into this place of not feeling good. And even if you're not feeling good in your body and you start to feel like, oh, my back is hurting, my leg is hurting, get up. Don't don't allow you, because you know what happens. You tell yourself that you feel away and you feel bad, and then you kind of lean down, and then you get in the bed or you sit on the couch, and you notice your whole posture starts to change. Your shoulders start to slump, down, and then your head goes down, and then you're just like, I feel bad. I feel bad.
And you're suppressing your breath and everything.
And the whole time you're just going down and down and down, and say, no, I may feel like not myself, but I'm getting up. I'm gonna go do something. I'm gonna turn on a good song. I'm gonna call somebody. I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna, get some movement in my body.
They even say smile, even when you don't feel like smiling. Those face muscles help force your face to smile.
Just smile. Just smile, smile, smile. So let's do our meditation. Let me get us some good music so we won't miss the moment for our meditation. Dedication to meditation. So sit down, relax, wherever you are. Put your feet to the floor, your back to the back of your chair, and let us meditate on our lives. I'm going to start with just deep breathing. Breathing in and out. In, out. Being in gratitude for every breath. Thankful that you woke up this morning. In gratitude for every small thing. Thankful for your warm bed, your cozy blankets, your lipstick, your eyeglasses, your devices, your internet access, everything that would bring you here in this space with us. Now place your hand over your heart, feeling the love emanating from your love center. Maybe reminding yourself of the day your first child was born, feeling that love, the love that you felt the first time you laid eyes on the love of your life. Feel that love. And then feel that love engulf you. Feel that love for yourself. Feel that love as a warm white light touching you all over like a big old hug. A big old hug for you. Self-love is the key to all love. Self-love is the key to us love. Self-love is the key to we love. Without self-love, yeah, everything else kind of is a no-go. So love for you. It is the oxygen mask that you put on for yourself. Self-love. Now that you have given love to yourself, let us now send love to the people that we love and that love us. So send love to your parents, send love to your grandparents, send love to your siblings. See their faces the last time you saw them. See them having a big old belly roll. Just enjoying them. Send love to your children, send love to your grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and cousins, and friends. Now that you've sent love to those people you love and those who love you, let us now touch and agree from wherever we are in the world to send love to the world, all 7 billion people. No matter your city, state, or country, that we all are agreed that we want to send love to the world. So feel this white, warm light of love. See it getting bigger and bigger and bigger, pulsating from you, straight out of the roof of your home and meeting us high in the sky above the planet. See us looking down at the planet with this big white ball of love light energy. energy. See it as it touches the top of the planet at the North Pole and goes down the sides and covers the entire planet with this big white light ball of love energy. Every city, every state, every country being touched, and an extra concentration of love going to those places that are war-torn, and for those who are having not good experiences, and those who have lost friends and family members in this moment. We send them an extra dose of love. Now, visualize yourself from your own eyes, living the life of your dreams. Money and time are no object. Where would you choose to live? What would you do? What would you be? What would you have? Where would you live in the world? At the beach, the mountains, the lake? Where are you? Are you living in the big house, the tiny house, or no house? What are you driving? The luxury car, the smart car, the motorcycle, the bicycle? And where do you work? Are you working at your office, your home office? Do you have the big desk, the lap desk, or no desk? See your home, wherever it's situated. See how big it is, see what color it is. See what the windows oversee, the beach, the lake, the mountains, whatever it is for you. And what is the work that you're doing to afford this? Who are you serving? Are you serving men or women or children, families in transition? Are you serving homelessness or domestic violence? See the faces of the people that you're helping. See the gratitude in their faces. See the tears of joy that roll down their face as they pray to God and thank God for you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up in your calling, in your gifting. Thank you. Now let us set the intention for inner peace today. Nothing and no one can disturb this peace. Not a person, not a place, or not a thing, or an occurrence can disturb this peace. Give help today, give thanks today. Give without expecting anything in return. You are an amazing creation. I count backwards from 5, you'll be back in the room. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Always, always so good to step into the reality of the life of your dreams. Because if you go there in the mind, you can go there in the body.
Oh, man.
But hold on to your visions, hold on to what you see, write that vision and make it plain. It's so important for you to write the vision and make it plain, because that is how you get the roadmap to where you're going. If you never identify where you're going, how will you get there? Do you know what you want? Do you know where you want to be? Do you know where you want to go? Do you know what you want to have? Do you know who you want to serve? Who are the people that are waiting for you? So we are here at Law of Attraction Day 88.
What's Bridget say? You don't want to be doing 85 on 285 and end up back in Atlanta.
End up back in Atlanta. Yes. So we are keeping track of our vision here in the Law of Attraction Planner that comes from freedommastery.com. You can also get it from Amazon.com or any links in my bios around. This is truly just a roadmap. It is truly just a place to put down in an organized way your thoughts, your goals. It has the roadmap for you to help you to find your life purpose, to create your vision statement for your life, your mission statement for your life, to really set the goals. What do you really want? What do you really want? If time and money were not an option, what do you really want? What do you really want to do? What is your thing? Dr. Long, what did you say? Bridget.
Hey, Bridget.
Yo, Bridget showed up.
Bridget's on Facebook.
Yeah, that's the evangelist.
Yes,
Yeah.
I said, well, you don't want to be what Bridget says on 85, no, on
You
285.
start on 85.
Start on 85, on 285.
Go in 85 on
Uh-huh.
285 because I didn't know it was a ring road. I didn't know.
Yes.
I'm driving, trying to get back to New York. I'm going 85, 285 north, and then suddenly it's 285 east, west, or something. I said, how did I didn't turn the wheel. See?
Yeah. On
And you look
285, doing 85, going nowhere. We just said your name, Bridget, and you showed up. So thank you for listening to your intuition.
Oh, good. If my mouth is that hot, $10 million in my business account. Thank you, Lord. Go ahead. Go ahead. If everything I'm talking about is showing up, good. And enough for all my tribe, Lord. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Yes, your tribe is your vibe. Absolutely. I'm in agreement, Michelle. Alan has absolutely been a pillar of bringing that masculine energy to help us to be even a little bit.
Yes, you know, I love it.
He absolutely brings it. And so we're so grateful that he is not afraid to be online with us and say, oh, it's a bunch of women.
He's a king. A king always want to be with the queens.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
got that right.
It's so important to know where you're going, you know, to really take. She said, don't be doing 85 on 285 going in circles.
And that's going nowhere. Yeah.
That's going nowhere. And you're going nowhere, but you're going there fast.
And if you don't know where you're going, any road gonna take you there. See?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then we talk about the preciousness of time. We don't have time to be doing that. We gotta punch in that destination and go.
168 hours a week we all get. And what do you do with your 168 hours? Time is the one commodity that you can't get back. So spend it writing the book, spend it creating the craft, painting the pictures, doing that thing that is going to create the legacy for you, whatever that is. You know, that thing that's every time you do it, you be like, yo, that's my jam. That's my jam. I love doing this. I love being that. I love being here. I love working with this type of person or that type of person, or I love being in this environment, whatever that is. Good morning. Good morning. Me right here in this moment for 88 days. This is my jam. I'm in my jam. Working with you, listening to you, hearing you, imparting whatever I can to help you to elevate your life. So,
I found out that doing this is my dream, to help other women, the 50 plus women who feel like they're speeding along or that they helped everybody else and they looked up and where's, you know, the little babies will go, where's mine? You know? And that's how you, that child and you looks around and said, well, where's mine?
Where's mine? It's my turn. Bridget says, spend time experiencing meaningful moments. Absolutely. Meaningful moments, whether that is just finding some nature, we can either create it in our homes with water fountains and really pretty plants, or, outdoor spaces, your front lawn, your back lawn, going for a walking in your neighborhood walk trails. We have so many beautiful spaces here. We have the botanical gardens here in Atlanta. We have Piedmont Park on the Beltline. All these places are so beautiful, just rolling hills of greenery and just stuff. And all you can do in those moments is just feel and be with the Creator and all that He has laid out for us, and being in that. Because sometimes you need to take a step out of your life so that you can regroup, so that you can feel better, be better, knowing that you already asked. So all you got to do is just wait.
You already asked, so just be.
Be still and know.
And know. Yeah.
Still and
That's
know.
trust in Him. That's
Be
trust in Him.
still and know. It's so important to be still and know, and giving yourself the gifts of a reward for the things that you've already done. You've already done some amazing stuff. Can you do this? Good job. Good job. And then just squeeze.
I feel so good.
Thank
It
you.
sure
to
does.
you.
You're so precious.
Thank you to you. Thank you to you for what you've done for you.
Thank you,
What you've done
precious.
for so many others.
Yeah.
Be in gratitude for how you have been able to serve others.
Yeah.
Remembering to serve you, though. Also.
And allow others to tell you how grateful they are to you. Don't slap it off when they come and tell.
Yeah.
I've had people telling me stuff in tears, and you feel kind of uncomfortable. You don't even know how to receive it, but please receive it. That's part of your harvest.
Absolutely. Also, we talked this week on Wellbeing Wednesday about gratitude, right? And I asked people to write a gratitude letter to someone in your life that has done something to impact you to the point where you have changed your trajectory of your life based on what that person has done or said to you.
That's nice.
So say for instance, my mentor, when I lost my house, and she kept saying, oh, it's more houses and all that. And then she let me cry and then moved me into her house and taught me how to live in the suburbs and taught me how to live on a cul-de-sac to make sure that when I chose my house, that I would choose a house that people that's on the block is only the ones that's supposed to be there, ain't no through traffic. And that's exactly what this house is. No through traffic. And so then I would write a letter of gratitude to her for what she has done for my life, right? And then I would schedule a gratitude visit. Now you can schedule, the best gratitude visit is the one that's in person, where you go there and then you just say, I have something I want to read to you. And then you read the gratitude letter that you've written to that person. And make sure you bring your tissues, because there will be tears, right?
Yeah, that's
and so after you do that, then you give them the letter for them to keep. Now, FaceTime, Duo, these face-to-face apps, they're all right if that's the only way you can do it, and then still send them the letter. Or what I might do is send them the letter and tell them, do not open until you call me. And then once we get on a FaceTime or a face call, because you can do face-to-face calls through Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger. There's another app called Duo you can do it on. But if you're an Apple phone user, you could just use FaceTime. If you are using an Android, then you can download Duo, D-U-O, and Duo will allow you to see the person's face too. And so you can tell them, I sent you something, but don't open it until you call me. And then whatever you wrote, have a copy for yourself. And so when they open the letter,
you start reading yours. Yeah.
And then that way, it's kind of like you still being there too.
You're
And
there,
you
yeah.
letter to them. And it really is so good for both the recipient and the sender. So write a gratitude letter to
Oh,
somebody
that's
like
good.
in your life, so that you can share more love and more gratitude. And as you spend and share more gratitude, guess what? Your life has a tendency to
It
turn
opens up, yeah.
towards being more grateful. And being more grateful, guess what your lesson? Anger, sadness, hurt, lack, because you're too busy being grateful.
And that motion you're doing when you turn like that, all that stuff falls off. The anger, this hurt, the down at the bottom, that falls out of your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So write the gratitude letters, send them to whomever, show up for whoever, and just, be still and know that God got it all. He heard you the first time. Start working towards the life of your dreams, whatever that is. You saw it in your visualization. So visualizing will help you to materialize. And as you start to do some of the things that lead to that, and you start checking things off, when you check something off your list, like getting the business account, then give yourself a reward for doing that thing that you said you were going to do, because the body starts to feel like, oh, every time we do something, we get a little reward. And the subconscious mind said, that's good. See, the subconscious mind is there to protect you. So as long as you're doing stuff that's good, the subconscious mind is like, oh, I like when we do that kind of stuff, because then it makes us feel good. And then we do something good for ourselves, and it's all gravy. So take care of you, take care of yourself, be in gratitude always. Let gratitude always be your attitude. Let gratitude always be the first place you go to. Especially when you maybe experience some contrast in your life, when maybe there's something going on that doesn't feel good, or doesn't feel nice. Go to the gratitude. Go to the 17 seconds of meditation where you're not thinking about anything that is contrast, where you are absolutely in a motion of creation, a motion of attracting what you need, attracting what you want. Be present in the now. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow doesn't exist. But being in this present is truly a gift. So be in the presence, be in the gifting of today, not yesterday and tomorrow. Taking time out to write the vision and make it plain, and then start walking in your vision, even if it's the tiniest steps of writing out what your office is going to look like, writing out who you're serving, and how they show up and where they come from. People say, oh, who's your target market? Who do you want to target? And I'm finding the more people that I talk to, that their target market is themselves.
Hey, that's me. I didn't even know it. I thought I already had my dream until I was in the middle of an interview, and he asked me all about what he thought was my dream. And I did an Arsenio Hall, things that make you go,
I know for 100%. Hey, you watching from Atlanta, Georgia? I'm in Atlanta. Oh, Collier Heights in the building. H.E. Holmes. Wonderful. Make sure you follow me so we can connect. Absolutely, it's so important to know that your target market probably is you. Unless you're somebody who has some childhood experiences, and then your target market becomes children, or children that were like you. But it's always you, some level of you, the young you, the adult you, or the older adult you. It's always you.
Mature is the word you're looking for.
Mature you. Okay.
Thank you.
So absolutely, you're looking to serve someone. And so the people that you're looking to serve is the you that was looking for the service. So
Yeah.
now the service that you didn't get, you're
You
now going to
provide it.
and you're going to provide it for the people who are where you were.
And they're there and they're eager. They're just kind of beat up and they've been taken advantage of. I'm getting all these telemarketing calls, so I know what that's like. But when you show up from a pure heart, your heart to heart, they feel you. So they're glad.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So here we are, day 88 in the bag. So go out, be great, be a wonderful person, a contributing member of society, make somebody smile today, call somebody today, tell them you love them, write your gratitude
What's
letter.
the power of 8? You said 8 has
Oh
power.
yeah, 8 has power. Let me see. I can
Double
tell you
8.
that. See.
I know on its side it's infinity when you lay the 8 on its side.
Mhm. Let me tell you what it is. Let's see. 88. Angel number 88, highly auspicious angel number with a vibration that augurs well for your financial future. This is because the vibration of the number 88 is associated with material abundance, prosperity, and wealth. By focusing on prosperity conditions, by focusing on the positive conditions and outcomes that you would like to attract in your life, you can manifest great wealth and prosperity. Angel number 88 is also a highly spiritual number that suggests that you are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundance spiritual life.
See, the devil is a liar trying to make me miss.
It says your spiritual aptitudes, heightened intuition, mystical connection to ascended masters is a source of a financial abundance and spiritual wealth that informs every aspect of your life. The flying energy of angel number 88 comes from the doubling of the vibration of the powerful number 8. The number 8 is associated with abundance, career success, and personal achievement. When the vibration of the number 8 comes into your life, you find that there are numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which bring financial and material abundance for your life. When the number 8 is repeated, it heightens the power of the vibration, multiplying the impact that this vibration has on your life. When the number 8 is repeated, it indicates that the abundance and prosperity coming into every area of your life will be multiplied exponentially. Hey, thank you for the hearts. Yes, 8 is
share that with my daughter. Her birthday is 8880.
Oh my, wow.
Oh.
She levitates off the ground.
Dr.
My
Long,
goodness.
we got Faith Thinks and Powers on TikTok. She says, happy Saturday, Queen.
I love
Billion
Faith.
88.
Oh, hey, Faith. The power's in the pen, Faith. That Faith.
The power's in the pen, Faith. 8 is new beginnings, she said. Very powerful. Thank you, Faith. You are listening to the voices of Michelle Jewell, Debbie Vitale, Sherry Hobson, Dr. Loretta Long, and Brenda Bryan. Miss Marilyn is here also, and Alan is here. All your family is in the Zoom room, and we've been talking about powerful people. Oh, thank you, Gwen. All these powerful people that you know, and we said something about Bridget, and so Bridget is here on Facebook, and you're here on TikTok, and so guess what? The gang is all here. Do you have any words that you would like to share with us today, Faith, that I could share with the group? Bridget, do you have any words that you'd like to share?
Yeah, come on, Bridge.
Come on, listen. Oh, listen to that. Laverne Cheeseburro's here too. She said, "Oh my God,
Laverne.
you on
Laverne, you got your drums.
Wow.
Hey!
Look
Yes,
what we
I'm on
attracted,
TikTok.
huh?
I'm on TikTok live right now, and Faith is on there. Faith said, hi, loves. Hi, loves. So, Faith, do you have any words of encouragement? And she sends 100 million hearts. Any words of encouragement that you would like to share on this 88th day of Law of Attraction that we have been here 88 days? And Bridget, is there anything that you would like to share with the group? That would be great. Laverne is on too. She said, hi, Queens. Michelle Jules said, hi, Laverne.
Laverne, say hi to our King Alan.
And Alan is here also. Say hello to King Alan, because King Alan is here. Bridget
Hi,
said, hey,
Laverne.
y'all. Bridget said, hey, y'all.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
So I think I'm going to give them a few moments to see if they will give us some word. Let's see. Let me see if I can ask Bridget to bring her voice. Laverne Cheeseborough said, hi, King. Hi, King Alan. I'm going to see if Bridget can come on. Faith, any word? Or you can always join us in the Zoom room. The meeting ID for the Zoom room is 215-690-1128. And the password is 1234. Up. Here go Lady Smackdown. She in the building. Okay, Lady Smackdown is here. Let me be quiet.
Uh-oh. Is that Bridget you talking about?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Bridget.
because Lady Smackdown ain't no joke.
She's no joke. That's right. The evangelist.
Yes, let me see if I can get some volume here. Why is it so low? Turn your phone up. Talk loud.
Talk loud like you always do.
Okay, you want to get on Zoom? Okay, she's going to come on the Zoom.
Okay.
All right, she's going to come on the Zoom.
I'm waiting for you, Bridget.
I love her.
It's Saturday. Everything is.
Bridget's my shero because she just really has resiliency in capital letters with blinking lights on it. She just don't give up.
Yes, and yes. Bridget is somebody, you talk about, life being tough, but to have someone that has literally faced death.
And look at her. She don't look like what she's been through.
Left for dead. Having a trach in her throat that they told her she would never get it out.
And
there she goes.
And she talks. See, the trach was supposed to shut her up.
That didn't work.
Didn't shut her up, didn't shut her down. You go,
that
girl.
didn't work.
It really didn't work. It did not work like this. And no. I spoke on TikTok this week about no weapon. No weapon. I don't care
against me.
what it is. I don't care who they are. I don't care what it is. No weapon formed against
you shall prosper.
Shall prosper. Like they gonna try. Listen. But somebody gotta tell them, look, you gotta use your time a little bit better because it ain't gonna work. Let me tell you. Let me encourage you, friend, person that wants to start and stir up problems. Use your time a little bit better, baby, because it just ain't gonna work. You understand? Like I said, we need to spend our time experiencing meaningful moments. And that came to me last weekend while I lay in the bed because I go so much during the week and I'm going and on Saturday morning, Spirit just ministers to me while I lay in the bed. So I'm laying in the bed. And when I got up and I saw you on Facebook, I said, well, I'm on time. And as soon as I clicked on, Dr. Loretta said my name. I was like, well, I'm where I'm supposed to be at then, right now in this moment, I'm where I'm supposed to be. And so just listening to you share about, writing the gratitude letter and going there and reading it to the person that help you change the direction of your life. You know, I'm like, you made me want to get in the car and come to Atlanta. I'm like, okay, Darlene, I'm finna write. Just let me write some down. Cause I honestly told my friend that I was coming today. And I said that, we all know the petroleum is a little high and everything. But I was like, at that moment that you said that, the faith in me, it's like, sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, y'all, we gotta live by faith.
Yes.
And we have to make the best of those moments, because time is not something that you can get back. And once it's gone,
Can't play with it.
Yeah, and we have to really, really be so very intentional on the time that we have been allowed on this earth, to let the people know that mean the most to us, that you appreciate them. You appreciate them for being who they are, not what they did for you, not what you gave me, monetarily, not the stuff you got, just who you are. And Darlena, man, do you know who you are to me is amazing. Like that I can't ever, ever, ever put a person that could be Darlena in your place. I could never do that. I mean, the little things from having herbal tea in my house to knowing little things about my health that I should not do. I can hear you on a day-to-day in my life saying, because of the seed you placed in my life. Do you understand that? To knowing if I go to Darlene house, she got some of that stuff and it's so good. The immunity stuff, that stuff is great. I was like, can't nobody make that for Darlene. Darlene is the only person that made Brussels sprouts that was like the bomb. I tried to do it. I can't do it. Like, look, I can't get that nowhere else but at the Healing House of Roses. You know what I'm saying? How many people can say that they have friends in their life? And that's something that God blessed me with through you and through the others, through Dr. Loretta. I mean, come on, Dr. Loretta? Oh my God. Like, what? That's like the ultimate auntie. Like, Dr. Loretta is the ultimate auntie that's gonna get you right. Like, don't say the wrong thing. Dr. Loretta is like, no, that's no, we don't say that, and just
because you're powerful, and we have to use our tools well. You don't want a surgeon who's reckless with the scalpel. What do they use? The knife? Am I saying the right word? Anyway,
right,
you want him to know what he's doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and I know, Darlene, you can relate to what I'm about to say. In the world, I lay in the bed the other day and thought about, my earthly parents are gone, and when you look around, and for a brief moment, the enemy tries to make you feel like you're out here by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have nobody that you can, go to. And in that moment, I told the enemy, then you a lie. You a lie. Look, I have family.
Yes, we do.
I have family that has been birthed out of nothing but love. They love me for who I am. Not for what I gave them. Not for what I could do for them. But they love me just because.
Darlene is crying and can't find no tissue.
Use that dress.
Out of the shot.
Use that front bow on
just
the back
get
side.
on up, because you're out of the shot anyway.
I got my Kleenex right in the bed with me.
I got mine right by my foot. I don't get all the call without it by my foot, because anyway. But the whole point is, this family is what God gave us. This is how he apologized for the family he put us in. So, this is his apology.
I love it.
But I mean, if I had to say anything, y'all, it's on one accord with what you said about today. Spend your time experiencing meaningful moments. Make every moment that you have meaningful.
Because
Every
it's
one of them.
precious. It's precious.
It's very precious.
Very much so. So Faith said, I'm about to park my car. I'm about to pop on. I'm about to park. Give me a second.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Faith,
God.
every time Faith talks, I got my pen, Faith. I believe in the power of
It's
the
a
pen.
family reunion. It's a family reunion. Michelle,
We are family.
yes, yes.
I got all my sisters, brothers, and me.
So Michelle Jewel has unearthed herself and allowed us to experience some of her amazingness. Bridget, I don't know, was you on the call when Michelle was on the call?
Yeah, I remember Michelle. Yeah.
You remember Michelle?
She's
been
the whole vibe. She's the hair wrap lady. I can't never get my hair wrapped like Michelle. It's like, if you want to know how to do a good hair wrap, you got to talk
But
to Michelle.
Michelle is also the one who told me, she said, listen, just start wrapping it. The fabric will tell you what to do.
It does.
And that's what I've been doing. The fabric will tell you what to do. It's so funny. But yeah, Michelle is the one that's going to keep us blackity black, blackity black, black.
Yeah.
And Michelle is also the one that's going to call you on the phone and say, listen. This is real cute. What you doing? But you messing up my meditation with talking about your house. That's your house. That ain't my house. I got to move my steps out. I got to move your steps out the way so I can see my house. So you notice I don't talk about my house no more.
Don't put me on Front Street like that.
That's the little man in the hat.
That's right, baby. He's up, he's awake, and he's alive.
Oh, look, and the fire is falling. He start laying up good. Don't make me show up with my wood. Don't make me show up with my wood and my wine. I'll be like, you know what?
I don't got nothing on my plan today. I got some chocolate wine today, and I got a new wine, a cherry wine that I haven't tried yet. So
Chocolate.
But yeah, I have chocolate wine. But yeah, so Michelle is like, listen, I know what y'all been doing for these last 80 days, but you need to be not talking about who houses that you talking about. Like, who houses that?
Next to mine was in there.
Yours was in there too?
Yes.
She said, well, I got to move your steps out the way to see my house, and this is just too much. So you just need to not be talking. and but the way she said it was with love. And she said, maybe could you consider using more open-ended questions so that people can put their own vision in there? I said, well, God, dog.
Well, all right.
I thought I was doing something, but all right, sis, I'm a adjust because it's not about me, right? It's not about
all right. While we're at it, would you consider tying your hair back so you're not always playing with it?
Wait a minute.
The ultimate auntie, like there she goes.
But isn't that the purpose of having long
it's
hair?
Something that we do that we don't know we do.
Yes,
you know?
it's a habit.
Isn't that the purpose of having long hair?
Consider, I'm like her. This is your call. You do what you want. You know, I just said consider.
See, Michelle?
Listen, baby.
Keep that noise in your head.
Don't see Michelle now. Don't see Michelle now. Just go ahead and play with your hair, baby.
That's what I say too. Play with your hair.
Yeah, okay.
I'm having a treat right here while we're waiting for Faith.
Yes.
I downloaded TikTok and I'm looking at your page, Darlena. Oh my God.
Yes.
You and this little princess.
One of her granddaughters.
This is like,
this
is so
it's a fun place to go.
Yeah, it's cute
for entertainment. I've met more people on TikTok too. Most of the people how I got the idea about the messenger coaching was because of TikTok. because people would come on to TikTok and they would say different things in the comments. And so then I would follow them back so that I could actually have a conversation with them. So I talked to the lady who was suicidal. I also talked to the lady who was in a bad marriage. And I just recently talked to a lady who just said she needs to heal. And so I answered their immediate questions, but also offered them the messenger coaching as well.
Oh, that's great.
Wait a minute. Bridget Yelder. What?
Yes.
I am on TikTok.
I just realized I'm shutting up. I just realized who Bridget was.
Yes, Bridget is.
Wait, don't let me start my conversation, baby, because my lips will say some things and shut the room down. What's up, Bridget, baby?
Listen, we already know.
So I found out that, Darlena, did you look at that article about Marion Croak?
No.
I found out the other day from my friend's newsletter that it's a Black woman named Marion Croak who created this technology. She owns over 200 patents, but she created the voice technology that allows us to do what we do on Zoom, to have our cell phones, video chats. That's her technology. That is so amazing.
She's a female George Washington Carver. She's got
it's
all those
amazing,
inventions.
and she's one of the top. What do you call it? I don't know her title to say it, but she's with Google, yes, and she's one of their top people. And there's a little Black lady with a small little voice, but she said anything you want to do, it's good to approach it with childlike excitement about it. Because children are so amazing when they're allowed to have their imaginations. They don't, they go to school and get in trouble for daydreaming, but that's their imagination at work. Well, that's Dr. Loretta's story again and again and again. She always told us as a child, she was always in trouble for daydreaming.
My mother would say, "What you doing?" I'd be sitting at the window of my bedroom, and I would just say nothing. And she said, "Well, do something. Get out and go outside or something." But I saw myself so far away from that 40-acre farm. They called me Space Cadet because I was out there. I was always out there. In the quantum.
We don't realize too that sometimes we come across people who have not been able to actualize their dream and they become bitter about it. So it's a person who can easily snatch the dream of another, right? But we also come across people who have they hold on to their dreams, but they don't know how to be supportive of the dreamer they're in the company of. So, there's a struggle that gets created. And the most profound age for any of us to be in are the ages from where we are learning how to do things in our lives till we get to the age of 7. That pineal gland is so wide open, especially for the melanated person. And I'm saying this live on YouTube, especially for the melanated person, because the melanin really adds more to who we are. That in that moment, what happens is if you can get back to that, even though some major changes have taken place, if you could kind of find that space again, that is the space of creativity. And let's not forget that woman, female, is creator too, because all things come from birth. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Give birth to this is shout out to Christelle because she does a healing the inner child workshop. And when you realize about a lot of women, and I can speak for myself, a lot of us, when we got to be adults, We always, I can't wait to grow up. I can't wait to grow up. I can't wait to be grown. I can do what I want to do. And when we got to adulthood, we ran into a brick wall, and it knocked the that creativity gland kind of got put to sleep with life. But once you realize and go all the way back, and go back and get your little girl. Your little girl will teach you and show you exactly where you got off track. Like I used to say I didn't play a lot, but that was a lie. I told my grown self that I didn't play a lot, and that was a lie. Bridget was the organizer of playtime. I had our playtime schedule organized. Okay, so in the morning when mother put us out on the porch, we gonna play church first. That was our first thing, because we had to sing in the choir, and then we gonna sing, and then we gonna get on our big wheels, and we gonna go to the store on our big wheels. And our big wheels even crunk up like the cars that our parents had, because they never started on the first try. We had to try it twice. So we had to do it 2 times. And it was like, who told me that I didn't play? Who told me that I wasn't creative? And that is the biggest trick of the enemy. A lot of people talk about the devil. It ain't the devil, it's you.
It's the programming. And they'll say, you play too much. They used to say to me, oh, you play too much.
Yeah.
You play too much.
And that is the creative part of us. And oh my God, that part about us being female. Oh my God, the divine
I wanted to be a boy.
Divine feminine. One morning I laid in this bed, and the divine feminine literally took me on a field trip in my dreams and showed me as a female the power that I possess to just be feminine, and men will do whatever it is I need. Like I can meet whatever man. I'm like, I literally went on a field trip in my dreams, and by me being feminine, the divine feminine showed me that everything I needed in my life, a man would do it for me if I operate in the divine feminine, because I have been operating in masculine energy for years. I've been the go-getter. I'm a hustler. You know how many of us? I'm a boss. And look, ain't nobody telling you to not be a boss, but maybe be a soft boss. Soften it up. Like, you ain't gotta be, don't be. I'm a boss. No. Don't be dogmatic about it. And knowing how your energy is conveyed just by being feminine.
Speak to the balance, Bridget. Speak to the balance, because we don't function without the balance right now, ladies. Even though, and Alan, I'm just gonna set you, have you sit to the side for a second. Go back and find that young person, but that don't mean go put on no mini dress. Let me just say that.
It's us. It's because we had so many roles as women. It's easy to take on that masculine energy when daddy wasn't there. When you gotta make up for an absent parent, a parent that just told you, hey, I ain't doing nothing. It's easy to take on all those roles and those attachments and become that way. Not consciously, but subconsciously, we have become programmed to be the go-getter. Look, I don't need him. What I need him for?
And your own protector. And your own protector.
We have to tell ourselves a better story. My mother's mother died when she was 8, and she had a 10-year-old brother. And Pop, her father, put her with her half brothers and sisters because there was a family. He could take a 10-year-old boy where he could not take a pretty little 8-year-old girl. And she always told herself that Pop chose my Uncle Leroy over her, and that she was alone. She was in a family where he put her, where he thought she would be safe. And he spent his whole life apologizing to her, and she would not tell herself a better story. So that set her up on that trajectory. I got to take care of myself. I'm alone. And we just have to pray that folks can tell themselves a better story when people come to them and want forgiveness, and that you will allow them to be forgiven. You know, it
And
broke my
Dr. Loretta,
grandfather's heart.
Dr. Loretta, that's why it's important that we show up as our healed selves. We got to show up as our healed selves, because that is how we allow people to see their healed selves coming forth. When they can look out and see the light outside. If you're in a dark room, right? If you're in a dark room and you need some light, but you don't have electricity in your house and you need light, what would you do if you need light? You open your curtain. So we the light that's outside. We outside, right? Meg stay and say, we outside, right? We outside, but we got to show up as our healed self outside. Don't be outside just to be outside. Be outside, be in the light that you are. Show up as your healed self everywhere you go. Don't show up as bitterness. Don't show up as anger. Don't show up as malice. Show up as peace. Show up as love. Show up as joy. Show up as faith. Show up as faith. Show up as the fruit of the spirit that is supposed to grow things, because you can't grow nothing. You can't grow nothing if you don't have the fruit of the spirit operating in your spirit, honey. You can't grow a thing. You can't grow nothing from the things that are opposite of that fruit. You understand? You have to grow from that place. So it's important that we show up as our healed selves, so that when they open that curtain and they're looking for a way to get back to that place, to that little girl that could dream and not be afraid to dream, to get back to that place, to that little girl who wasn't abused, and even if the little girl was abused, go back and get her now as your divine feminine self and say, you're safe now.
You're safe with me. I got you.
You're safe with me because I got you, because now I'm healed. So now we together are safe.
I'll never let anything happen to you again.
Right.
Exactly.
But we also have to train ourselves to do things for her, right? So if we didn't, one of the things that I did for myself within the past year was I went and got like a small compact mirror. And every time I thought somebody was looking at me incorrectly, what I did was I pulled out the mirror and I looked at myself, because the inner child in me, the little girl was taught that when somebody was looking at me incorrectly, they were saying that they didn't like me. And nobody ever said it, right? So that's the story that I told myself. So when I pulled out the mirror, the conversation was, I like you.
You told yourself a better story.
Right? And the only way to tell the better story, the only way to tell a better story is to look at the story that you've told yourself, where it comes from, right? Because we have to pay attention to the fact that as Black women or African ascendants, however you choose to see yourself, right, that we are automatically put into a box that we have not created. Yeah. If you do not look not look at who you are and the story that has been given to you rather than the story that is actual, you will continue to live in the box whether you choose to be in it or not. So the little things, going to the candy store or, doing some of the things that you would have done as a little girl are the things that you can do as the adult who's running the show for the inner child, right? There are a lot of things that we can do, and a lot is not really a good term, but it's working for me right now. But there's so much that we can actually do, and we really must understand that divine feminine energy
Ooh.
There is nothing like it on the face
Nothing
of the
to-
planet.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing.
And that injured child will blow up your career. I know some guys who in their Armani suits stood up at a board meeting and cussed out the CEO, and made it all the way to Wall Street. And that inner child blew, and the next thing he knew, security had him with that stupid little box, walking him out of the building. I mean, come on. We have to really deal with our inner children that are wounded, or they'll Darlene, to tell your story about your little girl.
But let us not forget the male energy, right? Because we have a lock and a key, right?
Yeah.
The lock doesn't work unless the key is available.
Okay.
Come on. Come on.
Right? The lock doesn't work unless the key is available, right?
That's right.
So when we're talking about locks and keys, right?
That's good.
The only way that the balance that shows up in my life in regards to a man is my being able to not believe that I can fill his role and allow one to walk into my life so that he can fill the role properly.
Yes. Okay.
That's the lock.
I like it.
Well,
That's
look
the lock.
Look who that's
Wow is right, Darlena. Wow.
Faith is in the house.
Look at Faith.
I talked to Faith the other day, and honey, let me tell you something. I'm so glad I got all of y'all on speed dial. I could talk to y'all whenever I need to. Ever I talk to Faith, listen, this is what I need you to do, Darlena. Right there. Listen, I'm telling you, I always get a word. Michelle told me to stop saying that, so I stopped saying that. And then Faith said, I need you to write down what you want and by when. I think you haven't done that. And I was like, you're right, I didn't. So guess what? I did now. So Faith, please give us a word, Faith.
Hi, beautiful people. Powerful people. You ladies are, I was listening at you guys. I would type every now and then, but I was trying to be careful too because I was out heading to go work out. But everything from, I think I jumped on like kind of right before Bridget, but let me just start from Bridget. I don't know if she's still on here.
Yes, she is.
Wait a minute. Faith. Wait. Faith, baby, what's up? Wow.
Hey, hi y'all. Like, I love y'all.
That's Michelle.
I love y'all.
Faith, that's
y'all
Michelle.
so awesome. Yeah. So from Bridget, girl, let me just say this. You so anointed. All of y'all are, but I was just kind of piggyback off what Bridget was talking about from having family and all of that. Like, even Jesus said the very thing about family, that my family is only the household of faith. Like, family is not always blood. Those that our biological family is a family that we had no choice. We were just born into, right? But the family you choose, how you go out of this world, is that's what we choose. And a lot of times, not even realizing we divinely connected, divinely appointed to people along our path because of our vision, because of our purpose. And those become your family, the kingdom family, right?
Right.
In that you're in that royal family. So it's like, although we didn't choose our biological family, God designed us to meet our divine family, if that makes sense. Along our way, who can pour into us and who can help, get us to where we're going, and who can help push us, clap us on, cheer us on, support us. But what I found to realize, even in that, if nobody else chooses you, nobody else chooses to support you, as God put you here to carry out your purpose, you show up for you.
Yes.
You clap for you. You are still winning when no one else clap for you. Learn how to get in that mirror and clap for yourself.
Amen.
Learn how to get in that mirror and have that mirror talk for yourself. Learn how to love you greater, right? Learn how to pour into yourself, because at the end of the day, we came in by ourselves, we leaving by ourselves.
Amen.
So in the in-between, we just got to embrace and enjoy the fact that God divinely put us on path with people that was going in the same direction we're going in, and that we purposely needed their gift to be a blessing and vice versa. Your gift to be a blessing for us. Because we have to all remember and keep this in mind. There's a nation of people that's assigned to you will respond to you. Y'all ain't hear me. Let me just say that again. There's a nation of people that's assigned to you that will respond to you.
Okay.
So never worry about if you get that support or not. They somewhere waiting on you. They somewhere waiting on us to walk fully in our purpose and operate in our gift and not
Amen. I know
right?
you're right.
They're waiting for us to marry our gift, become one with our gift, become empowered with our gift, so that we can operate in our gift, so that we can save their life. Yes. A lot of times when we be stagnant and withholding our gift, there's other people on our watch that's literally suffering from depression. They're literally suffering from about to commit suicide. They're suffering from things that they need our gift to continue to help them get that push that they need to finish carrying out their journey, to live, to blow breath back into, to speak life into, right? Yes. So that nation of people that's assigned to us, we got to remember we're responsible.
We're responsible for
not jumping on doing a simple video. Like, I got whipped when I was holding my gifts. Like, let me tell you something. Well, I've been learning that we are literally tormented when we do not choose to operate in our gifts and chase our purpose and live our dreams. We're tormented. Why? We're going to jobs that we're not happy. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing things just because I got to do this to get by. Be intentional about chasing purpose. And when God revealed that to me, be intentional about chasing purpose. Because when you chase purpose, I will allow the prophets to chase you. The PROF.
Oh, that's good, Faith.
To chase you. Y'all, let me say it one more other way. So just in case it went over somebody's head, God said when you chase purpose, the abundance and the blessings and the prophets will run you down and overtake you. Understand me? Be intentional about purpose. Be intentional about chasing. I didn't say be intentional about chasing money. I didn't say be intentional about chasing wealth. I said
you
be
said purpose
about chasing purpose. Because when you chase purpose, the profits and the blessings and the abundance will chase you. When you take the limits off of this,
yes,
because he said exceeding and abundantly above all we can ask or think.
Yes.
According to the power that worketh in us, when we become one with our power.
Yes.
When you get in that mirror and you realize who you really are, is gonna be explosion in your bathroom, in your mirror.
Faith, the most dangerous prayer you can pray only has 3 words. God, use me.
Yes.
Now you better mean it. You better mean it.
So good.
That's
and
so
then
good.
when he show up to use us, we looking like
you better mean it. Oh, but I don't want to talk to her.
God, you show? If you don't believe he show, ask Jacob. He wrestled with the man all night long. So this is what we do. We wrestling with the fact that did God affirm that for us? Did God tell us to do? Oh, you forgot what you prayed? Oh, he ain't forgot. See, the power of it is in our tongue. He ain't forgot what you prayed.
Death and life is in your tongue.
Listen. Let me tell you
and Jacob was there watching the angels go up and down all night. He watched the angels go up and down all night.
Glory. And then he did what? Blessed them. See, this is what I'm saying. Everything we'll ever desire is on the inside of us. Why? Let me prove it. I got a fact to prove. In the book of Genesis, God talk about I chose. He said, I chose man to make in my own image and my likeness. I could have chose animals, but nah, I gave y'all the ability to name the creeping things, name the crawling things. I gave y'all the ability to have dominion in the earth. Hear me. So your faith is one with your dominion and becomes one with your power, tap into your power because the power is within you. God is waiting for a vessel to use because why? He will be illegally operating in the spirit realm without a body. You are the body that God needs to operate through, to show his glory through, right? One
The
of my
three
brothers,
words, God used me. There it is.
and he gonna do that. He's doing that right now because you are presently on this call. He's using you, right? Because your spirit, because who you showed up, your beautiful smile. Guess what? That blessed somebody today. Because you showing up today, it blessed somebody today. Actually, my whole plans got detoured. I was supposed to be on the cruise right now, but they canceled my cruise because I'm not vaccinated. So I said all that to say this. Guess what? God detoured my divinely detoured my path and my schedule for today. To be right here on this call today. Right here on this call today. Because why? Just like Dr. Loretta said, God used me. Use my gifts. Use me. Use my purpose. Because why? You told me to chase purpose. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Kingdom keys work if we work them. Faith keys work if we work them. Power keys work if we work them. He said in this, transform it daily. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind daily.
Yes.
Daily.
Yeah.
So guess what? The power of how our life turns out, a lot of times it's the power how we think. Let me prove it. Biblical. I hate to go biblical sometimes, but they got some of the most examples and it transfer how we live in today. Job. Do y'all remember Job said the greatest thing that I feared has now come upon me? So let me shift to fear for a minute. Let me shift to why we paralyzed and we in stuck mode and we can't move to do things that God really called us to do. We can't really live our dreams like we want to. We can't really make the money we want to because why? We in stuck mode. We stagnant. We are paralyzed because fear. Fearful of stepping out. Fearful of what the unknown is. Right? So the very thing he said, Job said, wow, the very thing that I feared has now come upon me. Why are we hovering and giving power to the thoughts of fear? What we focus on the most grows. And then he told us to be transformed by the renewing of our mind daily. Why did he say that? Why did Paul say, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind daily? Do not conform yourself to the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind daily. Why? Because this right here is an asset to your life. Your mind is an asset. So protect it from all liabilities. Protect it from all liabilities. What's an asset? What's a liability? Research it. Assets brings abundance. Liabilities subtract from your abundance. Liabilities come to add. Liabilities come to take away. Assets come to add to your life. So protect this. This is a whole liability. Only put in this what you want to come to pass. Only put in this the positive things. Take the limits off of this. If we can take the limits off of this.
We're taking the limits off God.
Let me tell you something about your mind. It cannot serve assets and liabilities at the same time. It's either or. It cannot serve worry and prayer at the same time. You got to choose.
It can't serve two masters.
You have to choose one. That's right. That's right, Dr. Loretta. You have to choose one. So every morning, my morning routine, I promise you this is what I do. And I was sharing this with Darlene the other day. Everybody asks you, have you paid your 10% of your tithes out of your earnings? All right, I'm on top of that because I'm committed to God. I love that. Wherever he lead me to sow, I sow that 10%. But what you're forgetting, the other 10% is, did you take 10% out of your 24 hours a day to be in his presence? To allow him to pour into you and you pour into him, whoever that God is. But have you took that time to allow your 2 hours and 40 minutes a day to be counted for? First thing first. In that time, I detox my mental computer every single morning while I'm in his presence. Because I gotta make room so that the negative stuff don't bombard my mental computer to make me have a mental crash hard drive here. This is a mental computer. It has to be cleansed. It has to be downloaded with positive things, but it's got to have room. You ever use your phone and it said, oh, your GP is full, you got to empty something somewhere to make room. Same thing with your life. Mm-hmm. Same thing with your life. How are we going to allow prosperity, abundance, thinking if we don't make room for it?
Yeah. Amen.
We got to make room for it. This mental computer, we got to tell fear, go to hell, and never return, because look, like you can't occupy, while I'm trying to occupy faith and allow faith to occupy, you can't stay, bro. You got to go. Me and you ain't friends. Who invited you? And if it's yourself, rebuke yourself and tell yourself, like, sis, you got to release this. You got to let this go, because this ain't a part of the plan. And if it was a part of the plan, if it's surface, it's somewhere in there a seed that you got to get out. That's a bad seed that you need to tell, like, I got to uproot you, bro. You got to go. I got work to do. I got a purpose to fulfill. I got to share with people. I'm on this thing, like, you can't stay. You got to go. Let me tell you something. Loving yourself greater will make you, will force you, will push you to, will make you yield to making proper choices that's aligned with your purpose. If it ain't purpose, it ain't popping. Let me tell you something. I learned one of the most powerful 2-letter words it possibly can, that absolutely revolutionized my life, changed my life. It freed me. No. N-O. No.
No is a complete sentence.
If it don't line up with your purpose, the answer is no. I'm sorry, get mad, say I'm arrogant, say I'm all of that, do what you want to do. Why you ain't tell me? No. Because it wants for me to tell you. That's my sacred time with God, that I get downloads. I don't have to tell you everything. The answer is no, meaning why? I don't have to explain why, because it's not going in the direction of my purpose.
No is a complete sentence. You don't have to say nothing else after it.
Let me tell you what the other acronym is on no. Now opportunity. I had to say no because I now have a now opportunity that aligns with my purpose. And if I occupy your space with what you got going on and it don't align with my purpose, guess what I just did? I missed my now opportunity.
Yeah,
because now something is occupied in that space that never was aligned with my purpose. Now I can't operate in my now opportunity. There go your explanation. No.
It's now o'clock.
Now o'clock. Yeah.
That part. So I said all that to say this. Allow your faith to make room for you. Use your mental detox to get rid of all fear so that faith can occupy and show up for you.
Mental detox. Good.
Life and purpose is about occupying until you come. If I don't have room for resources, how am I going to distribute them out to the people that's assigned to the people that's assigned, the nation of people that's assigned to me? How? This life is about principles and laws. How? How is it going to work? You tell me, how's it going to work? It can't work because it don't align with the principles and laws. The law of sowing and reaping is real. Only sow in your life what you want to multiply. Only focus on in your life what you want to grow the most.
Amen.
That part. Because if we don't, we'll never get to the abundance. If we don't, we'll never operate in our purpose. If we don't, we'll continue to allow fear to occupy the space of faith. Period. Yeah. Faith, belief works. It's a principle. It'll work if you work it.
Wow. Yes, it will. Amen.
Amen. It'll work if you work it.
And here's the funny part. everything.
Every last one of y'all that's at
faith,
the sound of my voice that's on this call, I'm going to touch and agree with you right now that whatsoever you desire, whatsoever you pray, and whatsoever you believe in God in this season, in this now minute, in this now moment, whatever that is. And if you hadn't got anything, grab something quick, because I'm going to touch and agree with you. I'm going to bombard the kingdom of heaven on your behalf. I'm going to touch and agree with you. I'm going to decree it over your life, because why? I have the power to, and you have the power to too. So a mustard seed faith, it says, what? Let me tell you something. Go back and read Matthew chapter 21, verse 21 and 22. Matthew chapter 21, verse 21 and 22. It simply says that whatsoever we believe without doubting, whatsoever we pray, we shall receive. So I'm going to touch and agree according to my faith, let it be done unto you. According to my faith, let it be done unto me. But I'm going to decree and declare that whatever that thing is, whatever that vision is, whatever that purpose is, whatever that business ideal is, whatever that book, whatever, I don't care if you got a number wrote down. You need money? I don't care what it is. If you need money to operate in your life, assign the money to do something for you and your purpose. Write the number down, write whatever you need God to do for you and through you, write it down in faith, write it down in belief, and then add works to it and see what happens in the next 7 to 8 days over your life. 8 means new beginning. I hear y'all talking about the number 8 when I first got on. 8 means new beginning. This is now time for a new beginning. Time out for, being the same place you was 3 years ago. That's not fulfilling purpose. That's called being stagnant. That's called being limited in your thinking. That's called being limited in your belief. That's called being limited in works. Whatever it is, get up every day going after that purpose. Because why? When you chase purpose, the abundance, the blessings, the profits, all of that gonna run you down and overtake you and chase you. Let me share you something that God shared with me when I was in meditating and just spending in his presence. He said there's 3 gates that's opening up over the people of God life. And if they stay connected, they'll know. If they stay in my presence, they'll know. That's dimensional faith, dimensional creativity, and dimensional wealth. And he broke each one of them down for each reason, but I'm going to share one. The reason why you're going to need the wealth for where you're going and operating in your purpose, because he needs you to operate in your purpose full time, not part-time, not play time, full time. He needs you off that 9 to 5. He needs you working in your purpose full time. If it's a 9 to 5 that he purposely have you on, stay in alignment with that until the plan is over. There's a plan that comes with a process. But let me just say this. Make sure that you write these 3 down. That's dimensional wealth, dimensional creativity, and dimensional faith. Why do he need your faith to be dimensional? No more surface faith, no more shallow faith. It's not going to work. That's why he gave every man a measure of faith. It's not to stay in that part of the measure of faith. It's to take that measure he gave you and multiply it and multiply it and multiply it and multiply it and multiply it. Because you are a faith millionaire. Things in the earth realm has to obey you because God already gave you that. He gave you dominion in the earth. It's got to obey you. So whatever you write down, whatever you believe in, it has to obey you. Hear me? It has to obey you because you are the faith millionaire in the earth realm. Why? It's fact. He told you to name the creeping things, name the crawling things. Why you can't name the thing that you need to name the thing for that you need in your purpose to do the thing? You name it. And name it without fear. Name it without stagnation. Name it fully that you know that you deserve it because God chose you to have it. It ain't about what you messed up yesterday. It ain't about what you did wrong yesterday. If you breathing, you had a chance to say your prayers this morning, guess what? That's behind you. So operate and write it down in total faith, total belief, total knowing that I deserved it because God gave me dominion here and I got to have it for where I'm going. Amen. And you cannot be denied of it because it's law, it's principle. That's what you need to operate in. Dimensional creativity, dimensional faith, and dimensional wealth. He needs you doing your purpose full time. full time, not part time, full time. So fear and faith can't occupy the same dwelling. You got to evict one. And it's definitely not going to be positive faith. I'm not evicting. The only eviction notice I'm serving is to fear, doubt, lack of confidence, unbelief.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Mm-hmm. You are operating in a realm of no lack, and you don't even realize it. Because our thinking has limited us. Things that we have done wrong have limited us. That's called disappointment of avoidance. Get that out of your head. We all make mistakes. We all here to grow and mature. That's part of the journey. Mm-hmm. That's part of the journey. But what I will not allow anybody that's connected to me that I pray for, guess what? I'm that girl. So when you come and say you can't do it, when you come talking half with doubt, I gotta help you. I was like, sis, like you can't. You know the power you hold, right? You can't say that because you give exponential power to. Mm. You ever research exponential growth? This is the type of power we walking in. That's why I be careful what I say. That's why I be careful what I say. Even if it's something that I'm achieving and accomplish, I don't write it in the sense of I'm going to do that. I write it in the sense of it's already done.
Already done. Mm.
We gotta shift, y'all.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Now.
That's the key word. And a lot of people leave that out.
They leave it out.
They leave that N-O-W out. I hear them quoted all the time. And I have to
leave it out.
I have to stop. That one word, that N-O-W, is the key word you need. I say you discounted that whole scripture with it, taking that word out.
And the thing is, the presence is our present. You know, the present you give for Christmas, that's the only gift. That's the gift. Bob Proctor has this thing with the hourglass that
say that again. Say that again. The presence is what?
You know, you get a gift for your birthday, and we call that a present. Your birthday present. Well, the present is the only gift because in an hourglass above it, you don't know how many sand is left. And below it, you see what's already spent. But look at the hourglass has a little bitty space. And that's the gifting. That's the gift, the presence. The presence is in the present. It sounds like I'm talking double talk, but it's a gift.
Woo! That's so good. That's so good. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Now faith.
Now faith is the substance.
Well, and look, that's the other is. When Moses said, God said, tell him I am. He didn't say, tell him I used to be, tell him I'm going to be. He said, you just tell him I am. See,
I am.
It's that little space. I am. And everything after I am is a prayer. So you better be paying attention to what you're letting fall out the front of your face.
Right. My people perish for lack of knowledge.
Yes.
My people perish for vision. Y'all.
Write the vision, make it plain.
Go rewrite your vision and make it bigger.
Yeah, I got to clean off all my vision boards because they're not big.
Make your dream bigger. God is that God of bigger. He wants to do the impossible.
And he has to use us. So will we please get our vessels clean enough that he can use us? I'm back to that 3-word prayer. God use me. Boy, that's a powerful prayer.
On earth,
you better mean
just
it.
as it is in heaven. On earth, just as it is in heaven. Y'all, let me tell you something.
On earth as it is in heaven.
As above, so below, right, Faith? Because that's what it is. As above, so listen, baby. As above, so below. And everything you said, here's what tickles me so right now. Everything you said is what I've learned in Kemetic teachings. Everything. right? But the piece that really tickles me is the dimensional. When you realize the box that you've been put in is one that has been given to you, it removes you from understanding that you are unlimited.
Yes.
We are unlimited. We have no limits, right? We are unlimited. We can do anything. We have been given the power and the instructions to do so. And until we leave the box, we won't know what's happening.
Yes. Michelle, you and Dr. Ray about me ruin this car.
Well, and Michelle, the point is people are in the box and don't even know they're in a box. See, and that's the power of what we're saying today, to at least make them aware that they're in a box.
Let me give you a little pushback.
And it wasn't even, okay, go ahead.
Let me give you a little pushback.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing that has always spoken to every single person has been their spirit.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I promise you that even as a child goes into the bathroom and plays in the toilet bowl, and the mother comes or the father says, stop doing that, you can't do that. The child looks at them and there's something in the child that says, but this is what I would like to do. And they go back to that bathroom and they go find that toilet. Spirit always speaks, right? If you're not trained, if you don't have enough of an experience that causes you to pay more attention to your spirit, you will let the human divert you on purpose.
But it's always
on purpose,
there.
Right?
Uh-huh.
On purpose. You let the human divert you on purpose, right? Because here's what happens.
Okay.
When the child begins to understand that there is something that draws them to that bathroom, to that toilet bowl, they're going to keep going back until they find out whatever it is. When the moment of satisfaction hits them, they stop going in the bathroom. They stop playing in the toilet bowl. They stop. We function the same way. We are not living in a life that has given us the opportunity to understand just how fabulous we are, because we are sitting in somebody else's thought process, in their thought process, right? So what happens is the greatness that is inherently yours, the legacy that is inherently yours, is not the thing that you reach for because you're trained and groomed to do the worst thing on the planet, which is to walk away from your spirit.
Girl, thank you.
To have an inactive spirit is almost the same as having a form of death sitting in front of you. When your spirit is active, listen, ain't nothing nobody can say to you, because you're so busy paying attention to your spirit that you ain't got time to pay attention to nothing else.
I tell you, I've been talking to my brother who's 3 years younger than me, and our experience as children is so different. I said to him, well, where was I when all this was happening? I was so in my spirit that I wasn't there.
So right now on TikTok, it's a lady, her name is Joy Because.
Joy Because.
She said, I so needed this right now. The word is present, right? And she says, okay, y'all, I'm in a box. So how do I get out? How do I get there? So anybody want to answer her? How does she get out of this box?
Keep the walls out. Just keep the walls out. Because Michelle, excuse me, Michelle.
Listen, baby.
Michelle, listen,
about...
I done got up out the bed. Faith got me up out the bed.
That's right. Because it's now o'clock.
Here come you.
Come on now.
Here come you.
Come on now.
Michelle.
Come on now.
You got me ready to go in the closet and pack a bag and go.
Listen, baby.
You know what? Look, I just...
Come
Pack a
on.
lunch when you open the
I'm-
door.
I'm-
Just
I'm-
go in with a lunch bag. Take your lunch bag inside, but you're right. Going in there. Have a seat. Make sure you got something to eat because you might be hanging out for a moment, right? You might be hanging out for a moment. Listen,
Michelle, listen, y'all, yeah, I don't know if anybody ever watched Forrest Gump. When Forrest Gump was just like, you know what? I feel like running. So I'm gonna go for a run. He didn't say where he was going. He said he was going for a run because he felt like running. You understand what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I feel like going. Like, oh my God, man, do you understand? Down on the inside of my soul, faith already then stepped on my toes with this full time. Then here come you. Here come Michelle. And Michelle trying to come.
Hold on, pause.
Hold on.
So what's the young lady name? What's the young lady name?
Joy because.
Joy because.
Okay, so joy because. Okay, so in layman terms, I'm gonna break it down to the simplest form. Okay, so get you maybe like this calendar or a journal, right? Anything you do for 21 days breaks a habit. Anything you do, whether it's anything you do breaks a habit and create a habit, right? Anything you do for 90 days become a lifestyle. Over the next 21 days, be consistent. Be honest with yourself. Everything you've been thinking, do it in reverse. So all the negative thinking, detox your mental hard drive, detox your mental computer. Go on the next 21 day, then go on the next 90-day journey, putting nothing but positive things of life, the word of God, things of faith, positive things of prosperity, nothing but good things and life things into your mental state of mind. Do this consecutively. Every single day. Don't go a day without it. It's going to be like a 21 to 90-day diet in your mental state of mind. Give your mind value. Give your mind nothing but positivity. Give your mind life and continue to speak that. Get in the mirror. Speak that stuff over your life. Faith without works is dead. It's going to require you some work. It's going to require you believing. Everything that you have been doubting, the negativity, scratch all that. And honestly, the way that you do that is you make a choice that I'm going to love me. I'm going to make sure that I'm choosing to be in alignment with God's purpose over my life. God's purpose over your life is not to sit there and allow your mind to be bombarded with negativity, bombarded with I can't, bombarded with lack of confidence. And other people's opinions don't even matter. Scratch that too. Because a lot of times we allow people opinions and people presence to be part of our life. That has nothing to do with you. What everything has to do with you becoming one with your power. You becoming one with God, what the purpose that God has on your life. And you begin to make sure you feed only that for over the next 21 to 90 days. Wake up being intentional about you not allowing death thoughts in your mind, negativity in your mind. You're going to choose to speak positive affirmations over your life, the word of God over your life, because that needs to drive out all that negative thinking that has done bombard your mental computer. Hear me. Anybody that allow too much negativity, too much things that's negative, not speaking live, it will break your mental hard drive down. And guess what? You will be your mental hard drive will eventually crash. How does it crash? It ends up crashing with depression.
Yeah.
And chronic depression. After chronic depression, it is daily anxiety, heart palpitations.
People start getting suicidal.
Suicidal thoughts. Your body begins to get stressed because your mind ain't well. So therefore, your body ain't gonna be well either. Wherever the mind goes, the man gonna follow. So wherever your mind goes, it's gonna follow. So what do I want to follow these next 21 to 90 days? Being intentional about following things of faith, life, health, strength, good health and strength. Look, positive things. Nothing but positive things. Peace, joy, happiness. All of that.
She said, thank you. She said, paper and pen is ready. She said, okay. And yes, she said, I'm so connected that I'm in tears, but joyful tears. She said, I hear you and I will do it.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have one question. Ask her.
She can
Does
hear
she?
you. She can hear you.
So Miss Because, right? Ask yourself if you believe the story that was told to you about you, or would you, and once you answer that, ask yourself, would you be willing to tell yourself a story that is true about you? Because the story you believe, baby, is the one you're going to walk in.
She said she don't believe that story that was told.
Time to write a new one.
Michelle's so awesome. That's awesome.
She has the power to write her own story. That is an authentic story. The story that was told to me about me was a lie. The story I tell myself is the one that is important for me to walk in. And once you get to the place where you start to walk in the story that you tell yourself, you will never need the acknowledgement of another person on this plane. Never. Because self-acknowledgement is the greatest acknowledgement. And that is truly where your freedom is at.
You heard that, Miss Joy?
Miss Joy, gotta love yourself and say, I love me. I love my life. I love God. That's all you have to do.
What's her name and address? Can somebody send that to me? I'm going to bless her with one of my books.
Okay.
I'm going to bless her with my latest book, 31 Days, 31 Ways to Love You Greater. Can somebody send me her information? I will bless her with, I will gift her a book.
Okay. We're going to get you. She said, I love me. I love my life. I love God.
I love God.
She put it in all caps. So faith.
Yeah, and walk with that. You know, just walk through your life with that. That's your mantra.
Joy, Faith is also on TikTok. I will do a introduction between you so that she can forward you her
address. Okay.
Her book.
Michelle, that was powerful. I love that, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
We are all so here together on divine assignment. You know, the things that we get to hear and see, you never know what word somebody's going to bring. The least of us is the greatest of us. And so as we are all together, we are absolutely on purpose and in purpose, giving each other everything that we need in order to continue to walk the walk that's been given for us to walk into.
The devil is a liar. He was trying to make me miss my day.
And it's so amazing that we've gotten this extra time today, because normally on a weekday we got all this other stuff going on and all these other calls we would have had to lead. So God gave it to us right. Yeah, He gave it to us on the day that we were able to receive it this day. We were blessed with the visit of Faith and the visit of Laverne and the visit of Bridget, people that aren't normally here with us. And we're so grateful to have
so grateful.
Michelle with us these last few weeks. Has been so amazing.
So wonderful.
Here. So Faith just put her phone number in the
chat.
In the chat.
And I'm laughing because I still have it.
Hey,
doggone it, baby.
Keep them numbers the same. And so knowing that too, know that we are all gifted in so many ways. So most of us that are on here, we're already authors or up and coming authors. So Faith is her latest book that she just wrote. Now, this is not her first. This is like her second. Dr. Loretta has 3 books. I have 1 book.
Darlena and I have a book that I'm carrying around in pieces, but it's coming together. It's time to occupy your dream. Absolutely. Let us show you how. And
then Bridget has her books, as well. We know Brenda is working on hers and finishing it. So Faith, since your book is the last one, will you tell us about the book that you just released? It's like not even a month old, right?
I launched it in December 29th, 2021, last year.
Okay.
The name of the book is 31 Ways, 31 Days to Love You Greater. And it's not that we don't love ourselves. It's just that you're going into another dimension of loving yourself greater. Mm-hmm. Because I had some incidents that some things that happened in my life over that course of that year of 2021. And I realized I had to dig deeper in loving myself greater. Because I'm telling you, when you don't do that, you begin to make choices that don't align with your purpose. You begin to allow things to slide that don't need to slide. You allow people to slide through that don't need to slide through. So the whole key to it's a part of healing as well as loving yourself greater. And it's some keys in there. Some keys that you can begin to apply to your life, because a lot of times we have not healed from past trauma. And it will cause us not to love ourselves greater. There's things we do, what you call self-sabotage.
Oh, come on now.
That's where we know we need to love ourselves greater. There's some things that we allow, people, places, or things that we hadn't been freed from that we still connect to that's not healthy for us. We still got to love ourselves greater and cut that loose. There's unhealthy soul ties that we know we don't need to be tied to. And that could be any type of relationship, family ships, situationships, significant otherships, business ships that carry unhealthy soul ties that, you know, whether we're in relationships, whatever, unhealthy soul ties that we need to love ourselves greater and cut and heal from. So a lot of times when we don't love ourselves greater, we'll become stagnant in some areas. That we need to grow in, that we're delayed on, that we should have been grew and leaps and bounds and passed. So it's just more of a self-love devotional, certain things that you can pour back into yourself that it can literally help ignite your self-love even the greater. Like
Apostle Paul said, the things I should do, I don't do, and the things I want to do, you know, so it happens to all of us, and we need that, girl.
Exactly. Woo-hoo. And from just the feedback, and I do book discussions on Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the book. You know, I got people that actually bought the book that jump on a call with me. We discuss, read the book together and stuff like that. So
that sounds good.
It's people that literally gotten set free from a lot of stuff. I mean, some deep past stuff. And to God be the glory on that. But just being obedient on the assignment. You know, then after that, having close people that's close to me turned around, not even realizing, you know, that they hit me up and like, even family, like, Faith, I ain't realized I don't love myself. Like, from just reading some of the things in the book, like, I really needed this in this season. So it's a self-love journey to launch you into the dimensional side of loving yourself greater. Because when we don't, y'all, we paralyze ourselves in so many areas. We really do. And it's time to really launch fullness into our purpose and be truly happy from the inward side. You know, not just not being codependent on somebody else making you happy.
Yes.
Truly being happy with the purpose that God has for you and what you are technically here for. So in the book, I talk about loving yourself, you know, doing mirror talk, getting in the mirror, speaking, you know, loving yourself like that. There's things in there. I talk about the 10 self-love commandments you have to live by, you know, just things like that. So I talk about in the book too how knives was necessary, you know, along the journey. You know, how, you know, knives was necessary, whether the knives came from people, whether the knives came from ourselves. We can't continue to bleed on people who never hurt us. We just can't. We just got to step in that dimension around and loving ourselves greater, period. Like, We got to know the red flags when we in narcissistic abuse situations. We got to know the red flags when we're in domestic violence abuse situations. We got to know the red flags when people come into our space. We need to know that stuff off bat. So loving yourself greater, stepping in that dimension, or there is information that will help you recognize that stuff. So,
and you have to write a book for men of faith, because our men.
Yeah, men go through it too. Yeah, it's for
our
men too.
Are not.
It's for men and women. I have men in my class. I have men in my class. So it's not just for women. The book is just a self-love devotional to love themselves greater. And men, you right about that, Michelle, because I have men that talk to me that went through abuse, but scared to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there is not only narcissistic men and abusive men, it's also abusive women too.
Yeah,
that's right.
So yeah, I have men that's actually reading the book right now that have a space cut off with me. We do one-on-ones and just let them get stuff out and stuff like that. So yeah, it's for men and women. Like, it's just not, even though part of my movement is for women empowerment, but that book is for like all of us. Like, really, we need all of us really need that.
We all need it. Sure do.
Yeah.
And it's fabulous too to find out that I'm always on I am. I'm that woman that's blackety black, right? Listen, I ain't never gonna walk away from it, because it is my greatest gift. It is certainly one of my greater gifts, right? But the thing that is fabulous about us is that everything that's in the soil is in us, right? So whenever you would like to connect to the earth, you can go outside barefoot and stand in the dirt, right? You can rub your feet in the dirt. Not only will it help to cleanse your feet and keep them clean, but it will also allow you to feed yourself in a way that you don't normally do so, right?
Ground.
Exactly. And I'm saying this because what has taken place today, what has taken place for the past 88 days, whether I've been a part of it or not, has been the bread and water that we serve each other.
Awesome. That's awesome, Michelle. Say that again. Say that last part, Michelle. Say that last part again.
We have been the bread and water that we serve to each other. We have fed each other. That's what we did. That's what was set up. It doesn't make a difference who starts it. It doesn't make a difference, even the time. It's the fact that it's something that has happened. It is, somebody put it. Go on, Miss Bridget, because I'm getting ready to go look for some collard greens and cornbread. Right, but it is soul food, baby, for real, because we're trained to look for our feeding to come from a particular source, a particular, group, but we don't realize that the spice of life is that we actually feed each other. Now, whether it's positive and negative, that's going to be the choice, right? But like you just said, we have to remove ourselves from being able to bleed on other people in ways that they do not deserve to receive that level of blood from us, that level of behavior, that level of thought. We have to do it in a way that uplifts one another so that we could be in a better place with ourselves. Because when we're in a better place, the space around us is better too.
And we attract that.
We're supposed to leave everything better than it was when we got
Then we
there.
found it. Yes.
That's right. Then we found it. Better than when we found it.
Right. Yes. So we're supposed to live full and die empty, because we don't really die. We don't die. We just transcend. We transition. That's right. We show up someplace else, right? How many of us can take a look at, family members and know that they're looking at somebody that elders in the family knew, but the younger people don't. And that child showing up is the duplication of somebody who used to be here.
My grandpa would say, oh, that's an old soul.
That's an old soul. That's an old soul. So the reason why we're never alone is because we have lineage, and each of us has 16 plus parents or adults that stand behind us every single day, every single second of the day, right? So we actually have a little more than 1 million ancestors that walk with us every day, all day. You look in the mirror, you're looking at your lineage. You're never alone.
And we're living out their dreams. We're what they prayed for, you know?
Because they knew that setting down the basics would be our guide. And when we don't walk in our purpose, right? When we don't, Faith said it, right?
Yeah.
When you don't walk in your purpose, you walk in discord.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to.
Dishonor. And dishonoring the ancestors.
And exactly, because the greatest dishonor that you can give to yourself is to dishonor your people, right? So, you know, when we recognize that these people, you know, our family members are here, you know, then, you know, it's so deep, because that's one of the things that I speak to in this article that I'm doing for Darlene Rose's magazine, right? That names are important because they come with meaning and purpose. And when you and that meaning and purpose is given to each person because it's the way that they represent their family line. So you know,
like
it's deep.
Like SC at Super.
You know, however it goes, right? You know, there's a reason why we're given the names that we're given, but we're in a shift. Like, we're in a cosmic shift.
Yes, we are.
Like, it's a no joke shift, right? There are more people, you know, coming out of sleep mode in ways that they're looking at themselves and saying, like, what's happening? What's happening with me? You know, there's a shift that's taking place. And so, you know, we're being returned to, you know, a rightful position, but for sure, you know, we have work to do. We have things to grow, you know, seeds are important, right? Because in order for a seed to grow, it has to crack in the dark first.
Yeah, it dies underground.
That's right. It can't get to the light unless it cracks, and then it dies, and then it shows up. It's not gonna happen. Right.
Joy said, whoa.
That's revelation. That's real.
Joy said, whoa.
But here's the funny part, right? The funny part is this. This information has been sitting in front of us the whole time.
Sure.
You know, fear is a lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Be afraid of something, but be willing to go and get information about it, or do something in the process, and the fear will dissipate, because what you're doing is you're moving it to the side and you're not giving it any energy, right?
You're not giving it power.
False evidence appearing real.
And see, the reason why I don't function with those type of acronyms is because I like the simplicity, right? I always believe that when the simplicity is gone, and this is just for me, this is no pushback on you, Elder Long.
Not taken.
Okay. But you know, I want to see the simplicity, right? Because when I start digging, I want to have the simplicity that carries me along the way, because it's going to be simple. I could just reach out and touch it, right? And so what you say is true, right? And so in order for me to make the next move, I'd like to be able to do it in a simple manner. You say all the time, you know, the message is at your ballpoint. You don't say that, but you say it's at your pen. It's at the tip of your pen.
Faith says that.
where you put it will make all the difference in the world.
And whoever is your sheep hears your voice. So
that's right.
You know,
that's
you'll
right.
say it your way, I'll say it my way. And
that's right.
They at the end of the day, all the shepherds would put all the sheep together and they'd stay. But when that shepherd came out in the morning and called his sheep came out of that flock because his sheep knew his voice.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. So, you know, we hear based on who we are, how we take in information. And you're right. You can get 10 people to sing one song and you'll have 10 renditions.
You better. Yeah.
True. You'll have 10 renditions, right? So
Joy says her name is Joy Zanya.
Okay.
Zanya, Joy Zanya, very pretty name. And you're so true, Michelle. Even the movie The Secret, there's 27 secret teachers saying the same thing, 27 different ways, but we choose Lisa Nichols, or we chose Bob Proctor, we chose Jack Canfield. Those are the ones that people flock to, but there was 27 of them. So whoever's voice resonated with you most is the one who you heard it from, but it's all the same thing.
You know why? You know why? You know why?
No, why?
The people that's assigned to you will respond to you.
That's right.
That's right.
And guess what? That's how you hear.
That's right.
That's right.
You're right.
And we have to hear with the second ear and not always the first, just like we have to see with the second set of eyes and not always what we think is the natural eye. The natural eye is the spiritual eye. The secondary eye is the eye that we use on a regular basis. The second ear is
my
the
grandmother
ear.
would say, I'm going to sit and rock and do what my first mind tells me.
There you go.
That was her instinct.
That's right. Right.
And that's just like y'all, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. A lot of people look at that title and be like, oh, his dad taught him how to be rich. No, it was the not biological dad that taught him how to be rich. His biological dad was the one that was teaching him the poor habits and how to be poor, and not teaching him good money management information. So the same with us, that stuff is learned behavior because we've seen it done in our generation. We repeat it. What I've learned is I take the good that's going to help me grow greater, take that, and the other stuff I see that's not going to help me grow greater, I toss it to the side. I don't need that. I scratch it.
Yeah. Joyce said,
like we like now, my granddaddy left us a legacy because he was a farmer. He also had a job, but he also farmed. And my granddad to this day passed down the legacy, acres and acres of food. Now the guys in the family, that's what they do. They plant all this food in the gardens and let the community come eat. They don't charge them a dime. Because that's what my granddad passed down as a legacy. He was taught how to raise their own meats, their own foods, and then they use that and pass it down to their generation. Now that's what they do. There's people that in the community that I grew up in. I live 3.5 hours away now, but people to this day still can go out there freely and get food. Collards, mustard, squash. You name it, they got it. They plant it. They plant every season. They plant every kind of food it is. And they're blessed in abundance to be able to that's why I was saying, Michelle, when I was reacting to you say that seed die, my granddaddy taught us that the seed die in the ground before it can even produce. So we have to die to ourselves and die to these learned behaviors and really come to one in our purpose and really
don't dig it up from lack of faith. You killed it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We can't keep unplanting ourselves and replanting ourselves. We're starting all over. Stay planted. Get that water, get that rain, get the winds it need, get the sunlight it need. And so we can continue to grow.
So Joyce said, I hear all of you, and I thank God for all of you.
Oh, tell her, bless her.
We thank her for asking these questions. Thank you.
Yeah, bless you. So that lets you know that's confirmation what Miss Joy just said. The nation of people that's assigned to you will respond to you. We're in the right place at the right time, operating
doing
in
the
our
right
gifts.
thing for the right
Everybody
reason.
on here is a gift, operating in our gift, because if we didn't show, if all of however many of us on this call that's sharing information, we all may have showed up just for joy today. How we know?
Yeah,
we don't know. But see, the gifts work together as a body. You see what I'm saying? Michelle gift, Bridget gift, Dr. Loretta, Brenda, Bridget, all of us, who else was in the chat?
She said, "Oh my God."
Michelle.
Oh my God.
Else in the chat? Laverne was in the chat. Somebody else was in the chat.
Yes.
Gwendolyn was in the chat. Brenda's in,
so,
Marilyn's in.
Yep.
Yeah,
so yep, Shirley Smith was on Facebook.
Shirley,
yeah.
Shirley, I know Shirley.
Yeah. Joy just,
but in one of my most troubled times, the message that God sent to me is everything you need is right in front of you. Everything you need is right in front of you. And whenever I hit any kind of contrast, as Darlena puts it, I stop. I know that everything I need is right in front of me. And you don't panic. Panic is a cousin to fear. So you have to just, be still and know.
Yes.
And be grateful.
Yes.
Be grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, this has been absolute. I'm so grateful day. Because I haven't seen Bridget or Faith in a minute. And I heard a lot of conversation about Elder Long for a long time, right? And then I got the opportunity to see Debbie and then to see Brenda and me, Sherry, and I mean, but this is
wow. Hey, Debbie. I didn't know Debbie was on here.
And then to see the things that have taken place with Darlena, those are the things that allowed me to maintain that connection, because it wasn't so much about what Darlena was doing. It was about what she was saying.
Wow.
And it's not always that people can hear because they're so conflicted. Don't think for a second that I haven't been in my own conflict, right? But I also have to understand that much of my conflict, not that it's personal to me, it has been created by me.
Yeah.
That is
Joy said, I feel like I'm just going to throw up. This is so amazing. She said,
but don't lose no food. Don't lose no food.
Michelle said, don't lose no food. She said, in this moment, it is confirmed that I matter. I'm loved.
Yes.
And what I hear is real.
Yes. All of the above.
With tears dropping. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm dropping them with you because I felt it. I felt it so deeply when you said, in this moment, it is confirmed.
Yes.
That I matter. That I matter. That I matter. I'm loved. And what I hear is real.
And Joy, you have to thank yourself. You think we thank others because it's a courtesy that we've been taught, but we never really think to thank ourselves, right? You must thank yourself, right? Because if you don't have the willingness to do something different, you don't have a reason to be thankful either.
Yeah.
Thank yourself. Thank yourself for your willingness to
showing up
in your own life.
Yeah.
In your own life.
Yes.
For your own personal environment or your own, your personal society. Thank yourself for that. Because you could have just said, well, you know, it doesn't look like anything's going to work in my favor. I might as well just keep on going the way I'm going. But, you know, here's what happens. You know, we've heard it. I've heard it a couple of hundred times in this call, right? That we show up not for ourselves. The society is now grooming us to be more individualized. That's poison, right? We actually show up to be of service, not to ourselves, but to another person.
Yeah.
You
So
said it,
your
water
willingness-
and bread to
Yes,
feed each
yes,
other. Mhm.
yes. And when we do that, we don't necessarily serve ourselves, but we receive the service from the service that we offer.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that's why you would hear, in my mind, I remember hearing someone say, you know, pray for others, and the prayer you offer for them is the one that you receive, but that's not true. In my life, that's not true. So what I understand is I no longer pray. I ask. I make it my business to ask. And the reason why I make it my business to ask is because when I looked up the word prayer, what it described was a form of begging. I don't have to beg nobody for nothing.
You
I
just make a
ask.
request.
Make the request, right? I made my request. Here go my words. I make my request and I go on about my business. And
When
the reason
Jesus
why,
was healing, he would say, "You heard me, and you hear me always." Before he would heal, he would say, "You heard me." So he's asked already, see, and knows that he's been heard. Yeah, that's so good.
but I don't live on that plane. And so I don't move people from that, but I don't live in that type of space. And so I'm very clear about why my life functions the way that it does on many levels, right? But so I ask, and in the asking, I ask because I don't want anything in return. And when you ask motive free, you are not only for me, I'm not only able to see my words actioned out in somebody else's life, but when there's something that is necessary for me to have that I'm not even aware of, it shows up, right?
So Joy said, I thank Joy for not being afraid to ask for help.
That's right.
I love me.
That's right.
I love my life and I love God.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So,
Amen.
you know, it's fabulous. This was a little bit more than
we all
no, I was looking at 9 o'clock and I was like, all right, we out. I'm going back to sleep. I'm gonna eat some chicken. And I'm gonna go back to sleep, right? That's what I'm gonna do, right? And I guess I passed the chicken hour because I ain't got the chicken yet. Right?
That's a little bit better.
But look at the gifts. There you go. But look at the gift that I got. I got the chance to see Bridget. I got the chance to see Faith.
You ate some real food. Yeah.
I got the chance to be in the company of powerful people who are recognizing just how powerful they are, or they've already started the process to live in it. You know, I had the opportunity to be in the company of a king who offers me balance. And without his presence, I don't have any balance because I can't do this by myself.
So Joy said, I shall be back. She said, I have to go. She said, I will inbox you. Thank you all for real, for real.
You're so welcome, honey.
So I gave you also the information for the Zoom, so you can join us on the Zoom anytime. You are so welcome to join us there. You guys, this has been more than amazing. I'm always grateful. I always talk about how LCA started, because Mr. Satchel just wanted to read a book. And when I think about how this call started, it all started because somebody said that a planner is too intense. And then I said, all right, well, let's go through it together. And look how much more we've received. The planner been off to the side this whole day, just about. So that tells me that may have been the beginning of it, but it is not the end. It is not how it's going to complete, if at all.
No, we don't know. We just do what we're told.
Yes.
Show up for duty.
Show up. Report for duty, Lord.
Okay.
Family, I had said that I was going to start
the evening call, right, Brenda? Yeah.
I was going to start the traction evening call on Sunday, which is tomorrow. But I think it would be nicer to start on our 90th day, which is Monday.
Okay.
Cool. So Monday at 8. Darlene, I have to talk with you later.
Okay. Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
You know, it's all about, when you think about, first of all, let me just say this before we go. If you were on the early days of LCA and remember Brenda.
But see, wait a minute. I'm looking at Brenda and I'm saying to myself, is this?
You're very crafty. I remember you.
Brenda, she never talked. She never spoke. And when you look at her now, first of all, she's traveling all over the world. She just got back in the country, right? She is showing up. Yo, it be days Brenda be coming on. We be like, where's she going? Hair be laid, lips be popping,
eyelashes.
Eyelashes, hair did, look, hair did, nails did, everything's done. You fancy, huh? She be fancy, you hear me? And her words, she is speaking up and talking about her life and what she wants and what she's doing and what she no longer accepts in her life.
Yeah.
I asked her yesterday, I said, what's your stress level on a 1 to 10? She said a 1, because I don't allow stress in my life.
Come on now.
Who that?
Amen.
Who that lady? So I am so proud to see the evolution of Brenda, the evolution of each of us from whence we came. So just because we started in one space doesn't mean that we were all choked up in this space. We have been able to branch out, be free, and create your own lane. And so I'm so proud of this idea. I am so proud to support this idea. So yes, however I can help and serve, if you got a flyer, let me know. We'll just blast that thing all over. No, we don't live in no boxes. And remember when so many people that were a part of LCA is no longer a part of LCA for a lot of reasons, right? But the thing that I love is that although we may not be there on that call together, we are still divinely connected in so many ways. And adding people, Alan is new from the Magnet Exchange, and then we got Gwen, and all of the people that we're meeting because of this intentional work. We are so intentional about what we want and what we're attempting to bring to life. And we're absolutely gonna bring it. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, let me reword that. It's already here.
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
no gonna.
We just live in the playback. We just live in the playback as Christ said.
Right.
We just live in the playback. It's already here. We just live in the playback of whatever it is that's already done in our behalf and in our favor.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
I am so grateful for each and every one of you. We have been here. Well, 6 more minutes till 11. So does anybody have anything they want to add in 6 minutes?
I'm gonna say really fast, Darlene, really fast.
Okay.
As we love ourselves, we love God, because God and I am one.
Yes.
So this is why self-love is of the greatest importance, because the scripture that asks us, how can you love God and not love the person that you see every day? Come on, I'm gonna slow that down. How can you love God and not love the person that you see every day in the mirror?
Okay.
When you stand in the mirror, you're looking at God. And if you can't love the God that you see in the mirror, how can you love God? So remember, as you love yourself, you are loving God, because God and you are one. And that's it.
That's it.
Yes.
Amen. On that note,
Gwen said, you bring it every day. Team, no days off. Self-love is loving God. I love it. Absolutely. What he said, I got the black power fist with the lightning bolt from Long Trump Slim. And he said J-O-H. I don't know what J-O-H means, but I guess that means power to the people, and I agree.
What?
she said, I guess that means power to the people. And
he may have been trying to say Jah. He may have been trying to say Jah.
Oh, okay.
For God.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Job.
even in doing in making sure that I go into these social platforms, we don't know who or when somebody will hear this. And just like we were able to speak into Jessica, the lady who came on and she was suicidal. And we literally was the people who talked her off the ledge.
Oh, great. Wow.
So you don't know who these words are going to affect. And thank you for showing up and sharing these words straight from your heart, freely, without expecting anything in return, to seed into each of these people and then to be seeded into in return. So for that, I am eternally grateful. This call is way more than what I could have ever imagined or expected. For the people that it is attracting to it in my social platforms, the people that are showing up in the room, and giving us the gift of your life, of your experiences, and your words. These words have so much power that you take the time out to speak over us, or even just put in the chat before you're ready to talk. Those words are blessing the lives of more people than you will ever even know. We see the faces of the people that's here, or the comments of the people that's here, but what we can't see is the people that's not talking, the people that's not commenting.
But they're listening.
The ones that are just listening, the ones that have the ears to hear. And
Brenda listened for a long time.
Oh, Brenda listened for a long time. And so those who have an ear to hear, that nation of people that's assigned to you, they're hearing you. They're not hearing me. They're hearing you. So when you open your mouth and you say something or you comment something and I read it, that person that's sitting in the background in the quiet, just waiting for the word that they prayed and asked God for, you may be the very one who has said the word that they can only hear come from your mouth, that they asked God for the word this morning. So thank you for being obedient to the words that come up in your spirit and the words that you then speak out over each and every person that is here in this moment. We do not take you or your time lightly. You could be anywhere in the world, like sleep and eating chicken. But you hear
important stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, but you here with us in this moment, sharing these words of love, these words of healing, these words of the divine, allowing God to use you to say the words, even in the voice of the man with the hat and the mustache.
Call him, baby. Call him. I'm gonna call him Wilfredo.
That's funny.
We hear you, and we hear you, and we hear you loud and clearly. And we thank you. We thank each and every one of you for being here for this day 88. We look forward to all the days that will continue to come. And this is what I know, that this call will not have an ending. It will continue to go. And if for some reason you ain't there, or I ain't there, or whoever, someone will always be here.
Be there. Mm-hmm.
You know, Sherry know how to take over. Who knows? Michelle might take over one day. Gwen might take over. Dr. Long, shucks, Alan might take over one day. But what we know is the people that are in this room, you are truly the anchors of this call. So have an amazing day on purpose. Go out and be amazing in this day. I thank God for each and every one of you. So
leave every place better than it was when you found it.
Absolutely. Leave each day better than when you found it. So have an amazing day on purpose. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same station, but we'll be on for an hour. Okay?
Yeah. Peace and light. Peace and light to everyone.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
So much.
Peace and love.
So much.
Have a blessed day, everybody.
Peace and
Good day, everybody.
Boy,